hypothesis in quantitative research. Let me explain about the hypothesis. An hypothesis is a specific statement of a prediction. It describes in concrete terms what you expect will happen in your study. Hypotheses are tentative statements of the expected relationships between two or more variables. One example of the relationship in a hypothesis is there is a significant positive relationship between self-concept and math achievement. Another example might be the class using math manipulatives will show significantly higher levels of math achievement than the class using a traditional algorithm approach. A single study may have one or more hypotheses. Not all studies have hypotheses. Some examples are qualitative research and quantitative studies of an exploratory nature where information is lacking to support informed hypotheses. Purposes of the hypothesis. A hypothesis provides specific focus and helps to ensure that researcher is knowledgeable enough to have an idea of what he expects to find. It provides the framework for testing of the relationships between variables and facilitates the use of statistical tests. The hypothesis directs the investigation by allowing the investigator to confirm or not confirm relationships. It gives a clear focus on what to measure. A hypothesis provides a framework for reporting the results and explanations deriving from them. When the hypothesis is supported, it provides empirical evidence of the predictive nature of the relationships between variables. Characteristics of a useful hypothesis. It must have explanatory power. A research hypothesis should state expected relationship between variables. A research hypothesis should be testable and should be stated in such a way that it can be verified using statistical analysis. We will cover various statistical analyses used in hypothesis testing later in this course. To be testable, variables in the hypothesis must be measurable. As with researchable problems, testable hypotheses require that variables and/or constructs can be operationally defined. A hypothesis should be consistent with the existing body of knowledge. Theory and prior research should be used to state your hypotheses. Where prior results have been mixed in terms of the nature of the relationship between the variables in your study, consider factors such as the context of your study, nature of your participants, and so on, to determine the direction of your hypothesis. The hypothesis should be simple and concise, and should only specify one relationship. Types of hypotheses. First one, a research alternative hypothesis is conjectural statements of the expected results and can be either directional or non-directional. A directional hypothesis not only states that there will be a relationship between the variables of interest, but it also indicates the expected direction. The class using manipulatives will demonstrate higher achievement levels than the class using a traditional instructional approach. A non-directional hypothesis states only that there will be a relationship but doesn't indicate the direction. There will be achievement differences between the groups of children using cooperative group strategies or individualized instruction. Second type of hypothesis is null statistical hypothesis. The null hypothesis negates or nullifies the relations specified in the research hypothesis. Null hypotheses usually state that there is no relationship between variables or that there is no difference between groups. They are used in statistical tests of hypotheses, useful when conducting statistical analysis. This doesn't represent the outcome anticipated by the researcher. Only one of these hypotheses can be true at any given time. We usually denote the null hypotheses by this and the alternative hypotheses by this or this. Here are some examples. Null hypothesis: there is no relationship between aptitude and achievement. Alternative hypothesis: for non-directional, there is a relationship between aptitude and achievement. The other alternative, this is direction. Students with higher aptitude will exhibit higher levels of achievement. Testing the hypothesis. The purpose of the research study is to decide which of the two hypotheses, null or alternative, will be supported by the facts. The test of the hypothesis should provide a direct answer to part of the research problem. The decision is based on data. Without collecting data, we cannot talk of the support of data. We usually collect data on a sample and examine it to determine if it supports the null hypothesis or the alternative hypothesis. The steps for testing hypotheses are: state your research hypothesis, state the null hypothesis, select the research method that will enable the hypothesized relationship to be observed, gather and analyze the data, draw the conclusions. We have to wait for inferential statistics to see how we should do this. So here is the sequence to follow for quantitative research. First, problem, clear statement of a problem, rationale, and background. Second, hypothesis, concise statement of what is to be tested, and operational definitions. Methodology explains how study will be conducted. Last thing, data analysis, how to analyze the data.